disappearance of Asha Degree. Quarter-century search for answers and the emergence of new evidence. It's saying, I guess it started in 2015 through 2025 for the evidence. I'm not totally sure, but we'll figure this out here in a second. The case of Asha Degree, a 9-year-old girl who vanished from her Shelby, North Carolina home on February 14, 2000, remains one of America's most haunting unsolved mysteries. 25 years, investigators have pursued thousands of leads across multiple states, with the case taking dramatic new turns in 2024 and 2025. Through forensic breakthroughs, suspect identification, and revelatory text messages that may finally unravel this decades-old enigma. So, on a stormy Valentine's Day morning, Asha Degree disappeared from her family's home on Highway 18 in Shelby, North Carolina. Despite heavy rain and 35-mile-per-hour winds, multiple witnesses reported seeing the fourth grader walking alone along the highway between 3:30 and 4:15 p.m. You telling me nobody thought to do anything? That's crazy. When a concerned truck driver attempted to approach her, Asha fled nearby in the woods, carrying her book bag, the last confirmed sighting of the child. Okay, so a 9-year-old walking on the highway. Truck driver does help. I'm glad somebody tried to help. But this is interesting. I don't know. But she runs away. I wonder. Because I'm on Reddit. I forgot to mention I'm on Reddit right now. The first story is Rolex Dave, but I guess Rolex Dave won't be getting released till later. Initial searches uncovered puzzling clues, candy wrappers, and a hair bow in a roadside shed, followed 18 months later by the discovery of her buried backpack wrapped in a plastic 26 miles north of Morganton. These findings suggested foul play rather than a simple runaway case, with FBI behavioral analysts concluding Asha had likely been abducted after leaving home. Absence of winter clothing at the scene and preserved condition of the backpack indicated careful concealment of evidence. In September 2024, Cleveland County authorities executed search warrants, marking the most significant development since Asha's disappearance. New forensic analysis identified 2 DNA profiles on items from trash-buried backpack, a match to Russell Underhill, a patient at Dedman's assisted living facilities who died in 2004, a hair fragment matching a daughter of Roy and Connie Dedman, Shelby residents who operated healthcare facilities. You know what? I just realized, did they ever say who her parents were in the beginning? They don't. Her last name is Degree. That's interesting. This evidence prompted investigators to formally reclassify Asha's case as a homicide, with search warrants stating Asha Degree was a victim of homicide, with her body concealed. Adult assistance from Roy Dedman and Connie Dedman would have been necessary in the execution or concealment of the crime. The warrants revealed authorities have been building a case against the Dedmans since at least 2023 through genealogical DNA analysis and property records. Between September 9th through 12th, 2024, a multi-agency task force conducted intensive searches of 3 Dedman-owned properties on Cherryville Road. Key findings included a green 1960s era vehicle matching witnesses' description of cars seen near the disappearance site. Children's clothing items potentially linked to Asha's missing outfit. A buried tooth preserved in a Ziploc bag suggesting possible forensic evidence. Concealment. Computer and equipment undergoing digital forensic analysis. Okay, not to say like any criminal, they don't know what they're doing, but I'm a little confused why. If this is linked to the kid, why do you still have the evidence? If this is something you did, is it like a memento for you? I'm not sure. This is weird. And you would have had a 9-year-old girl at the time, I'm assuming. And why was she outside her house at 3:30 and 4:15 and nobody? That's what I don't get. Are we not questioning that? Neighbor testimony added crucial context, with one witness reporting seeing Roy Dedman digging at a chest-high hole on his property in 2023. While no human remains were found, investigators emphasized the importance of the car's recovery, noting DNA can persist in vehicles' interiors for decades. That is one thing I did not know. I did not know DNA could stay in a vehicle for decades. Okay. Oof. All right. February 2025 brought bombshell disclosure from unsealed search warrants containing text exchanges between Dedman's family members following the 2024 searches. Key messages include: the theory is I did it. Accident, covered it up. That was September 15, 2024. I don't know what to do. I caused this. September 16, 2024. Dad is probably going to be a suspect. Discussing legal strategy with attorney David Teddy. Maybe we should have let you do what you originally wanted to do. Referencing potential past actions. These communications occurred contemporaneously, with investigators seizing 3 Dedman family cell phones on February 13, 2025. So basically a week ago. The warrants also reveal polygraph testing of Thad Valentine, a former Dedman associate, who testified about hearing Lizzie Dedman state, "I killed Asha Degree" at a 2000s era house party. Suspect profile. Dedman's family connection. See, this is what's going to make me mad again. Roy is 80. Like, come on. Why are we finding these people so old? They don't got much to live anyway. They tell them the truth because they probably about to kick the bucket. Roy and Connie Dedman became first persons of interest through their connection, both DNA matches. Their daughter's hair on Asha's shirt, Russell under his heels DNA from his residency at the Dedman's facilities. Search warrants outline a potential scenario where Asha encountered Dedman family members during her nighttime walk, possibly through a chance meeting with their daughter. Investigators believe the Dedman's healthcare business provided both motive, concealing a patient's related incident, and means, access to vehicles, remote properties. Notably, the warrants emphasize the couple's adult assistants would have been required to hide evidence across multiple locations. We have investigative challenges to technological advances. The highlights of this case involving forensic capabilities. You have 2000 initial DNA analysis inconclusive due to sample degradation. 2015, FBI reopens case using improved STR analysis. 2023, genealogical DNA matching identifies Dedman connection. 2024, a mass spectrometry detects the trace evidence on a 25-year-old clothing. Investigators face unique hurdles, including the 18-month evidence burial period allows DNA degradation, potential witness death. We have Underhill, who died in 2004. Legal complexities of proving homicides without remains. Okay. Cleveland County Sheriff Lieutenant Bowen emphasized persistence. We think about this case when we're with our family for Thanksgiving. At 3 a.m., the FBI continues dedicating resources, with retired agent Blaine Norris noting they never, ever quit on Asha's case. Asha's parents, Harold and Asha Degree, have maintained public hope while privately confronting grim possibilities. Okay, I was wondering who her parents were. Following the 2024 developments, Asha stated, "We can accept the truth. If there's evidence, we can accept the truth if there's evidence, but we want closure." The community marked the 25th anniversary with vigils and renewed media attention, though some residents expressed frustration over the slow pace of justice. You have legal proceedings and future directions. As of February 2025, no charges have been filed despite direct DNA matches to the Dedman family, incriminating text messages, witness testimony, physical evidence, seizures. Prosecutors likely face challenges, including establishing a chain of custody for 25-year-old evidence, proving homicide without bodily remains, overcoming statute of limitations on concealment charges. Investigators continue analyzing the seized 1960s vehicle and digital devices, with forensic anthropologists re-examining soil samples from Dedman properties. The case remains active, with authorities urging anyone with information to contact the FBI's Charlotte field office. Asha Degree case demonstrates both limitations and advancements in cold case investigation. While DNA technology and digital forensics have breathed new life into the investigations, prosecutors must now convert 25 years of circumstantial evidence into a legally viable case. For the Degrees and Shelby community, the 2024-2025 developments offer cautious hope that Asha's story may finally reach resolution, whether through criminal charges, recovery of remains, or definitive answers about that fateful February night. As Lieutenant Bowen poignantly noted, A 10-year-old boy became aware of real evil that night. We owe it to him and to Asha to see this thing through. Oof, man. I don't know. Still don't understand why this girl was walking home at 3 o'clock in the morning or walking anywhere. How did she get out the house? That'd be my thing. Poor little girl. And this family has the evidence. Like, it sounds like this family has all the evidence at that place. But the other thing is, these people are 80 now. What somebody said? Somebody said they're so close to solving the case. The oldest Deadman daughter, the one who was most likely to be driving the car and who was a friend, supposedly heard drunkenly confessing at a party. She is now a middle school teacher in Texas. I really hope her conscience pushes her to do the right thing after all these years and give the degree some closure. That family deserves to lay their child to rest. Somebody said, where do you see she's a teacher? Somebody said, if you look her name up, you'll find it. Somebody else puts, I really hope there's a path to closure. I do too. I remember watching a news broadcast around the time she disappeared when I was a child, and it's always been a case that stuck with me. I hope mostly that her body can be recovered for the sake of her family and a proper burial. It sounds like since this case is still new, on Reddit, the mods are deleting something because it's the second person I've seen complain about it. Somebody said they've deleted the post about Asha without warning. The past few days, even though the yesterday's one literally had hundreds of comments and a good discussion. I'll just say this. I'm finally glad to see a breakthrough, and based on the text messages of the family, I do believe Asha has been involved in an accident caused by one of the girls, most likely Lizzie, and the family covered it up. It does not explain, however, why Asha was out that night, and I fear we may truly never know. Yeah, that's the weird thing for me. I don't understand why she was out at all. And I'm like, the parents are concerned, like, what were you doing? 3 o'clock in the morning? Well, they could have been asleep, I guess, what you're doing, but still. I thought it was 9 at this point. How did she ever get out of anywhere? Somebody put right under that comment I just read, came here to say this. I found it really weird from the first post they removed, citing that there was already recent posts in Asha and the sub when that wasn't true at all. Then they deleted yesterday's despite a huge string of comments. I had been in the middle of reading the text exchange when I accidentally refreshed and the whole post was gone. It was incredibly annoying. Okay. Let's see. They're still upset. Annoying. The sub has gone downhill majorly over the last year, and it's incredibly sad. It used to be my favorite sub on Reddit. Oh man. All this to say, the texts don't seem as damning as I thought they would be. At least not the few shown in this thread. Anyone know who texted I don't know what to do? I caused this text. Someone said Lizzie texted that, if I remember correctly from what I read. I agree that they aren't conclusive by a long way, but they do point to the family's involvement. People could feel guilty for having been part of a chain of circumstances that led to death. Like, say, she refused to drive. The other person had to drive and they hit Asha. Or she wouldn't bring Mr. Underhill back during daytime, and they ended up going at night. It doesn't mean she herself truly caused the death, but the text chain does definitely show that someone in that family knows what happened, and that's important. This could be the case where LE needs to bring in the suspects and use their magic bag of tricks to trick someone into believing there's more they've uncovered as leverage. This is a cat and mouse part of getting the truth. So it seems like this is an active case. And like a truly active case, especially if Reddit is over here deleting posts and whatnot. Not sure why that's happening, but it seems like this is current. But maybe they don't like the speculation. I'm not sure, but so Asha, our main, rest in peace to Asha. Well, actually, you don't even know to say rest in peace. I would assume, but you never know. You never know. But it feels just so bad. This little girl was walking 3 o'clock in the morning. So on one hand, I'm like, parents, what are you doing? But I know you can't watch over everything, because I can't even watch over everything with my kids right now. They're little. But I would think there would be some safety measures taking place that you would hear your daughter leave the house 3 o'clock in the morning. I would hope so anyway. At a 9-year-old at that. I feel like 9-year-olds aren't that clever. It's a 3 o'clock in the morning because it says a 4th grader was walking alone along the highway between 3:30 and 4:15 a.m. My thing is, I don't know if it's seen. 'Cause we gotta find a way to get that little person. I know people don't trust people, but this is a little kid at this point. Yeah. This is definitely interesting. This is an interesting case, and I'm not sure why Reddit in particular is deleting comments. Makes no sense at all. But okay. Oh, I'm just reading. Somebody said, the burning question is, why does she pack up and leave in the middle of the night? Where's she going? Has she done this before? Somebody says, oh, they're still talking about deleting the post. Ah, man, I just want to know why she was out the house. Like, I need the parents to say something about that too. Something's not right here. Why did she leave the house?